Are you wondering how to get more dynamic in your passing game? Do you want to find things to do to try to keep defenses off balance? I got something for you. It's called the whip route. It's been around forever, but how many of you actually use it? Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the X and O's, the Joes. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. It's Monday, which means it's a new episode. We're talking offense today, and we are talking about the whip route. We know in past combinations, there's only so much that you can do before you're kind of repeating the same things over and over again. And if you're a good offense, you're probably only going to have a certain amount of past concepts in the game because you want your quarterback and receivers to be comfortable with everything they're doing. You want your quarterbacks to understand their reads versus the defense. You want the receivers to understand how to run their routes within that combination. So what I thought about is, let me show a few route combinations that we can employ the whip route that will allow us to add dynamic to a pass concept that's simple, and we're just adding the wrinkle of this whip route because we want to continue to have those levels that we have, but we want to give it to a defense in another way. So what I did was 3-by-1 concept. Again, we want to add the whip route. So I'm going to show you a concept where you can use the whip route from each position, from the outside, from the number 2 and the number 3 position. Obviously, you can always use that whip route out here, solo number 1, and I'll even show you how you can use that route or a similar type of whip action with the back. Again, this is nothing new. It's been around for a long time, but how many of you guys are actually using it? And that's what you have to ask yourself when we're talking about these route combinations. So first I'm going to go with a whip route concept from the outside receiver, and it's one that I love because it comes off of a play that always seems to give defenses fits because they never really quite know whether they're right or whether they're wrong. And that comes off of the wheel route. So normally if we have a wheel route, this guy will do some type of in-breaking route. He'll wheel off of them outside. What I wanted to do is I wanted to create levels. A 1, 2, 3, something that my quarterback could do this under center, or I could get my quarterback rolling out or sprinting out to that way and still take advantage of. So I came up with a whip, wheel, out. A whip, wheel, out. Now you can call this whatever you want. You can call it whip. That's what I call it. So if I call whip, I'm going to have my whip route, I'm going to have my wheel, and I'm going to have an out from number 3. Now here's why it's so good. Because normally on the wheel route, this guy is going to come off of his butt. So he would come inside. This guy is going to work and get vertical right off his butt. That automatically makes the cornerback have to make the decision. Okay, if the cornerback's in man, that means this safety has to be in man, right? So this route, if this guy's close, might clip that guy, get him out of the way. If the cornerback's in zone, when he sees number 1 go inside, he's looking 2. But if he tries to get hands on number 1, like if they were in a 2 press, if he tries to get hands on number 1 and number 2 comes flying by him, now he's in trail mode on the wheel route. Normally what you see happen is this corner, if he's got this, he sees that, he's going to bail. So that corner will press, see it, and then press that guy inside. He sees number 2, he's going to bail. Right? Now it's this guy or this guy's responsibility to take him. Well, here's where the other concepts come in at, because number 3 is running what looks like is going to be a vertical. And then at 10 to 12. He's going to slam at 10 and flatten at 12. So he's going to slam at 10 and flatten at 12. So slam, give that indicator, turn the handlebars, flatten at 12. Okay, now what is this? If he's got this deep guy, what is this guy going to do? Well, he sees here, but then he's got a vertical route. So now he has to attack for the vertical route. So he's going to try to stomp this route out. That leaves this backer who sees this number 1 coming in for a slant, so he's trying to sit and read this quarterback who's staring it down. The problem is, for the defender, that he's going to do that and whip back out. So now we've got levels. We've essentially got another flood concept. So we have levels. Cornerback gets cleared out. Safety gets cleared out. Backer is here. When we whip it, now we've got a linebacker who's been flat-footed trying to run with a full-speed receiver. That should be easy money for the quarterback to throw in this 3-by-1 concept. Well, let's say they're running man. So the cornerback doesn't see. The cornerback follows this guy inside. And now we get the wheel here. If he follows him in and the wheel comes here, that means that they're in man. This dude is going to do this to try to step over the top of the wheel. That means this linebacker has this number 3 guy man to man. Well, when we go here and this linebacker's and we slam this way, that's a pretty good mismatch. He's out of there because he's got to go over the top of the wheel. That's a pretty good mismatch. And now we can go out route, back down to the whip, because this cornerback who's going to try to keep him away is going to get whipped. And now he's going to have leverage on the cornerback where the quarterback can throw it to the outside and get him on the flat. But we really like this out route versus this linebacker trying to cover 10 to 12 yards down the field with the receiver speeding out. So if they're in man, that works out perfectly. Well, what if they're in a cover 2, where the cornerback is sitting hard? Again, a cover 2, cornerback sitting hard. This linebacker might actually be an apex between 2 and 3. This safety may be further back, might even be the free safety instead over here. So now we've got a cover 2. We know this guy is hard. So he's going to sit, press this receiver inside. So he's going to press that receiver inside. Boom. He's going to see 2 coming, possibly try to collision 2, but he's going to sit in this area. So now when he sits in that area, that kills your whip route. That kills the whip route. But the same issue applies over here. The free safety has to get over top of the wheel. If the wheel is run correctly, there's an opportunity to complete that ball right in here at that 10 to 12 range. Before that safety has a chance to get over the top, it's not a deep ball, it's on a line if this cornerback stays hard. If cornerback stays hard, the free safety buzz is quick. Now you still have this linebacker who in a cover 2, his responsibility is hook to curl. So he is going to carry number 3, try to collision him most likely, but carry him and settle in hook to curl. That leaves a wide open area to attack. So either the quarterback can attack this area quickly to the wheel, or the wheel clears and he attacks this area for the out. Either way, whether it's man whether it's cover 3, whether it's cover 2, you have a route concept that is going to give the defense fits. And that's what we want. Okay, so we showed you a whip concept from the outside receiver. Let's look at a whip concept from the first and the second, from the second and the third receiver, the first slot guy and the second slot guy, but from the second and the third receiver. So again, we want to work off of the idea of this guy, this area, the flat area, gets vacated so much when they don't believe anybody is actually attacking it immediately. So the whip route allows you to disguise this being the area you want to attack while also creating chaos in the back. So this time we're going to use a simple levels concept. So outside, number one, he's just going to run that go route. That outside release fade, he's going to give you all the information that you need from your corner. Corner turns and runs with him. You know he's in man or quarters or cover 3. Either way, you know he's vacated. In the 3-3 stack, this pony then has to be responsible for the flat, unless they're bringing 5-man pressure, because if they're bringing 5-man pressure, then there is no flat guy. There's a hook to curl guy, and he's going to rally to the flat. That's the weak part in the 3-3 stack, unless they're running combination, which they would go man-to-man over here, and then run a legitimate cover 3 over here where he would go curl the flat, he would go hook the curl, blah, blah, blah. These two guys would then come off edge. They man this guy up, and then this dude, free safety, would be watching the back, or linebacker would be watching the back, just in case they flare. But we're going to get this go route with number 1. Actually, let me keep it color coordinated over here. So we get that outside release from number 1, right? We get vertical. We get a vertical option route from number 3. On his option route, he's going to sit and then work either out or in 10 to 12. Again, same thought process. He's just trying to find a hole in the defense. That's it. This guy is going to work in as if they're going to run 3 clear outs, but this guy coming across. So this should trigger the pony to do what? Drop. Right? It's going to trigger him to try to step on this crossing route, so that when he whips back, the cornerback is gone, the pony is gone, and there's a wide open area for him to work and get the ball. If the pony stays hard on number 2, you know that this linebacker's leverage is here. You're going to throw the ball to that guy on the option route. So that receiver's just going to see that linebacker, pony's not following, boom. I'm going to just turn outside and settle down. Work away from the defender. That ball should be coming right now. So that's a simple way to use the whip route. It's a simple way to use the whip route. The best part about it is you can run this concept with number 2 or number 3. It doesn't matter, because everything is still applicable. Again, whenever a defense sees a receiver shallow crossing, they believe it's a crosser because they've got clear outs. This guy has a hard deck. If they were in quarters, say if they were in quarters, he's got a hard deck. Once he gets to 10 to 12 yards, this is his guy. That's his guy. So who's guarding this dude underneath? It's this linebacker. But that linebacker who's going to read pass, see verticals, and then try to take his drop is going to have to rally to this flat route. He's either going to step up this way to try to collision number 3 as he comes across, or he's going to drop back and rally to number 3 once he whips. Either way, he's not in position to make a good play on this whip route. And the whip route can't be rushed. It can't just be boom and then go. You have to really give and sell those 2 to 3 steps inside before you whip back out. But it's a beautiful way to use the whip concept if you want to get the ball into the hands of a guy who can get it and scoop. And you want to try to give your quarterback some more higher percentage throws. The thing I love about it, again, you can run this under center, you can run this from in the pocket, or you can sprint to this. And that's what I like the most, is that it gives you the option to run sprint. When you're running this whip, pretty much you end up with the levels look deep, intermediate, shallow, either way. And that's simple football. That's basic football. But the whip route is just giving it a little bit more of an exotic feel to help you be successful. The last couple things I'm going to show you. Mismatches are always a great thing to do. You always want to try to catch a mismatch. Nothing's better than figuring out you got a weak corner and they're not traveling their best corner. You can get that weak corner matched up on your best receiver or your receiver with the best shape. Get them one-on-one and take advantage. Another thing you like is trying to have linebackers guarding running backs. It's always a recipe for disaster for the running back, because for the linebacker, because that's just not what they do the best at. So, come up here, we've got a whip route call here on the one receiver side. We're not even looking here. We know we've got the bogey. He can't be right. He can't be right. If it's cover 3 and he tries to just drop into his deep third, boom, it's easy. That guy's probably blitzing, or that guy's blitzing, that guy's not going to be able to get to him. They're going to be stoned. If it's men, which especially in high school 9 times and in college, hell, even in the pros, when you get a one receiver and a back to the opposite side with the 3 receiver side, this guy's going to lock that guy up. Unless he's really, really a stud, and he may get some help over the top. But you're going to see it. And the help over the top doesn't actually help that man when it comes to the whip route. So when he runs his whip route inside and this guy is on skates, he's really going to push it. Maybe 3 to 4 steps before he decides he's going to whip it. But the thing he needs to do is has to be a tight whip. And then he's got to gain ground, because he's going to whip. And when he comes and gains ground, that ball has to be gone. It can't wait, because you can't have the cornerback have a chance to recover and then be able to undercut that whip route. So you want to whip and then gain a little bit of ground, not just stay flat, because then that guy can't catch the ball and go. He's got to catch the ball, stick his foot in the ground, go north and south. I'd rather him whip, get a little bit vertical, and you drop that right over. Not a lob unless he's wide open, but you want to put it on his shoulder, right over the shoulder, boom, or boom, so that he can catch it and be gone. That's a beautiful way to use the whip route for the number 1 receiver outside. We could also, though, we could go 3 by 1, but we could also go a 2 by 2 look. I like to call it ace. We have a 2 by 2 look. And now we whip the back on an angle route. So the angle route is simply just coming here and going back in. Different people have different names for it, but that's essentially what it is. The angle concept is great. But what I like is when you get people thinking that this guy is the flat guy, So he runs and attacks that line of scrimmage and gets flat. So now, this guy stepping down, that guy stepping over, boom. He whips back, and now you can catch this guy right in this alley, right in this window that should be vacated because you want to run your vertical concepts, your four verts. He's going to step on it, right? So he's probably here. He's probably here. He's got to account for this guy. So either he's going to go here, and that guy's going to go there, or he's going to go here, and that guy's going to go there. This guy's going to drop middle. He's here. He's stepping on it. He's stepping on it. So when this guy really gives that flat route, and he's got to turn his head. That's what I always tell people. Turn your head. Flash the hand. Boom, boom, boom. Now come back inside, because when you turn the head, that's an indicator for the defender that you're ready for a ball, so they're going to try to jump you then. This lane right here should be wide open for that whip route to come back and hit it up in there for a big gain. That's ways that you can take advantage on the one receiver side and take advantage with the back with the whip route. That's all the time we have today, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you are supporting the people that support us. Say Less Sports Tees has an $86 package for it. It's called their varsity package. It's going to come with shirts. It's going to come with a pair of shorts, a pair of joggers, a hoodie, everything moisture wicking, Badger, Ellison, good Ellison products, 2-color, 3-color, 1-color, extra large sizes that are available. Basic package, you're going to pay $86. That doesn't include shipping. Support the people that support us. It's a great product. It's a great price. If you've got a team, especially if you don't have a lot of money in the budget, this is a great way to get your team looking fly for cheap. Now, all you got to do is go to the website, saylesssports.com/varsity-package. That's saylesssports.com/varsity-package. Support the guys that support us. Until the next time, I'm Coach Gene Clemens. This has been X and O's and Joe's. You have a great day.